In today's podcast, we are joined by two wonderful guests, Adeline Mira and Richard Ramirez. Let's get into the discussion immediately. While I think the best ancient civilization was the Qin dynasty of China, what old civilizations do you guys think were the best in their prime?
To me, the Spartans from Greece are the most fascinating society of them all because of their highly military focused society.
The Spartans were really powerful, but in my opinion, nothing can compare to the actual superpower that were the Romans. They stayed in power for over 1,000 years, having basically all of Western Europe under their control at the time of their reign. Let's take the average Roman citizen, a craftsman, for example. He would wake up every day super early before sunrise and leave for work when it was still dark outside, using his hands the whole day to make pottery for decorations around houses, useful tools that were used for farming and building, and jewelry that was worn by the patrician women.
Oh, really? What did they do with their goods? Did they sell them for money? Or were the Romans still just trading?
By this point in time, they were obviously buying and selling things with currency. The craftsmen would usually sell their creations in marketplaces around and within the cities.
I didn't know the Romans even had jewelry. What were the materials they were using to make these?
They were usually made of metals we still consider valuable to this day, like gold and silver. Sometimes they would even put pearls inside of the metal jewelry. You can probably imagine that waking up every day before dawn and tirelessly working all day while struggling to make ends meet was not a good quality of life for the people. The Roman government realized that if the people continued living like this, they'll become angry and could revolt. To counteract this and to prevent it from happening, instead of fixing the living conditions and making life better for the people, they decided to construct colosseums, mainly used for gladiator fights. The colosseum would provide cheap food and entertainment for free to the people to distract them from their struggles. The men would continue working, and all the contributions allowed for Rome to become an expansive empire that stretched from Britannia to Egypt and from Hispania all the way to Syria. However, gladiator fights were not the only entertainment that the Roman people would get. The Romans often enjoyed listening to music. Obviously, they did not have Apple Music or Spotify, but all across the empire, there would be music playing in the streets, at festivals, religious gatherings, and even before and during the gladiator fights. The most popular songs were usually inspired by old Etruscan music and played with brass and woodwinds and string instruments that are still used today.
Well, this is a very long podcast episode.
That was literally 4 minutes.
Anyways, this has been the city life of Rome. See you guys in the next episode with our lovely guest, Coco Diaz.